You keep saying you'll fix it tomorrow, but tomorrow has been your hiding place all year. Look at yourself. Not the version you post, not the version you talk about, the real one. The one who knows exactly what needs to be done and still doesn't do it. The one who feels that sting in the chest at night when everything gets quiet. The one who promises discipline in the morning and negotiates with weakness by noon. You're not confused. You're not unlucky. You're undisciplined. And 2026 is closing in whether you change or not. Time doesn't slow down because you feel tired. It doesn't pause because you're overwhelmed. It doesn't care that you don't feel like it. It keeps moving. And every day you hesitate, every hour you scroll, every moment you choose comfort over growth, you are casting a vote for the life you secretly hate. Be honest. You know what you should be doing. You know the habits. You know the work. You know the standard. But knowing is safe. Doing is dangerous. Doing exposes you. Doing forces you to see what you're really made of. And some part of you would rather protect your ego than test your potential. So you wait. You wait for motivation. You wait for clarity. You wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is only the moment you decide that your excuses have expired. Discipline isn't loud. It isn't emotional. It doesn't beg you. It doesn't hype you up. It's quiet. It's repetitive. It's boring. And that's exactly why you avoid it. Because discipline doesn't entertain you. It transforms you. Slowly, brutally, permanently. Right now, you're at war. Not with the world. Not with your circumstances, with yourself. One side wants growth, the other wants comfort. One side says wake up early, the other says 5 more minutes. One side says train harder, the other says you've done enough. One side says stay focused, the other says check your phone. And every small decision feels harmless, but stacked together, they build your identity, not your intentions. Your actions. You don't become disciplined by thinking about it. You become disciplined by doing what you said you would do, especially when you don't feel like it. That's the part nobody romanticizes. It's lonely, it's repetitive, it's thankless. You won't get applause for waking up early. No one claps because you kept your word to yourself. There's no trophy for consistency on a random Tuesday. But there is something bigger. Self-respect. And right now, that's what's bleeding. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your own authority. You teach your mind that your words mean nothing. You slowly erode trust with the one person you can't escape. You. That's why you feel stuck. Not because you lack talent, not because you lack opportunity, but because deep down, you don't fully trust yourself to follow through. And that's dangerous. Because when you don't trust yourself, you hesitate, you doubt, you overthink, you start small and quit early, you dream big and act small. Discipline fixes that. Not overnight, not in one dramatic breakthrough, but in the quiet moments where you choose the harder option without negotiating. You say you want a different year, then stop repeating the same day. Stop telling yourself you'll start fresh next month. Stop tying your standards to a calendar. The year ending is not the problem. Your habits are. Imagine reaching the end of 2026 exactly the same. Same routines, same excuses, same regret. That tight feeling in your chest when you realize you had time and wasted it. That pain is heavier than any workout. That regret is sharper than any sacrifice. Comfort feels good in the moment. Regret lasts longer. You have to decide which pain you're willing to carry. Because there is no painless path, only chosen suffering. Discipline is chosen suffering. Regret is unchosen suffering. Right now, you are being shaped. Every day, every decision, you are either becoming sharper or softer, stronger or weaker, focused or distracted. There is no neutral. You can't kind of be disciplined. You either execute or you explain. And you're tired of explaining. Tired of explaining why you didn't start. Tired of explaining why you stopped. Tired of explaining why you're still in the same place. At some point, you have to get disgusted with your own patterns. Not in a self-hating way, in a truthful way, a mature way, a way that says, this version of me is no longer acceptable. That's the turning point. Not motivation, not hype, decision. A decision so quiet but so firm that even when you feel weak, you move anyway. Because discipline isn't emotional, it's contractual. You made a promise, now honor it. You want confidence? Keep your word. You want momentum? Show up daily. You want results? Earn them. No shortcuts, no secret formulas, no dramatic reinventions, just relentless consistency in the boring fundamentals. Wake up when you said you would, train when you planned to, work when it's time to work, rest with intention, not avoidance. Simple, not easy. And yes, you will feel resistance. Your mind will scream, it will search for comfort, it will try to bargain. That's normal. That friction, that's growth pressing against your old identity. Let it be uncomfortable. Let it feel hard. That tension is proof you're changing. You don't need to become a different person overnight. You need to become slightly more disciplined today than you were yesterday. Then repeat it again and again and again. Stack the days. One disciplined morning, one focused hour, one completed task. Stack them until they become who you are. Because identity isn't declared, it's built. You don't wake up disciplined, you train into it. And the beautiful part? Once discipline becomes identity, everything else gets easier. Decisions simplify, doubt quiets, confidence stabilizes. You stop relying on mood, you rely on standards. Standards don't change because you're tired. If you really want to end 2026 differently, then today cannot look like yesterday. Something has to shift. A habit, a boundary, a routine, a standard. Not tomorrow, now. There will never be a perfect moment where you feel fully ready. Readiness is a myth comfort uses to delay growth. You act first. Clarity follows action. You're not waiting for motivation, you're waiting for courage. And courage is built through disciplined behavior. So, start small if you must, but start serious. No half effort, no we'll see. Decide that the version of you who quits easily is finished. Bury that identity. Replace it with one rule. If I say I will do it, I do it. No drama, no announcement, just execution. And when you fail, because you will sometimes, you don't spiral, you don't collapse, you adjust and continue. Discipline is not perfection, it's persistence. This is the moment most people avoid, the quiet, unglamorous commitment to long-term change. They want the breakthrough without the boredom, the results without the repetition. That's why most people stay average. Not because they're incapable, because they're inconsistent. You don't have to be extraordinary overnight. You have to be consistent longer than others are willing to be. That's it. As this year closes, you have a choice. Carry the same habits into the next chapter or close the door on them now. No ceremony required, just action. Wake up tomorrow with a different standard, move differently, speak to yourself differently, cut distractions without apology, protect your focus like it's your future, because it is. You don't need more information, you need more execution. The life you want is on the other side of daily discipline. Not flashy discipline, not temporary discipline, daily, quiet, unseen discipline. And if you're serious about becoming stronger mentally, sharper in focus, and relentless in execution, then stay around people who demand that standard from you. Subscribe, not for entertainment, but for accountability, for growth, for the version of you that refuses to stay average. The year is ending, but your excuses don't have to continue. Make the decision and prove it.